The United States resisted international pressure to join in the fight against the Nazis. Most Americans wanted nothing to do with it. But they did start to find work again in American factories that were producing arms and munitions and sending them overseas to the Allies. Roosevelt knew that joining the fight was inevitable. But it wasn't Germany that brought the U.S. into the war. It was Japan. Like most countries that enjoyed trading on a global scale, Japan was hit hard by the Depression. When the Tokyo government seemed to be incapable of dealing with the continuing high unemployment, the military took action on its own. Its solution was simple. Japan had to expand its territory, acquiring resources, raw materials, and heavy industries. In 1931, the Japanese military invaded Manchuria. 6 years later, the army was marching south through China in a brutal war of expansion. Japan thumbed its nose at the rest of the world's disapproval, well on the way to economic recovery. FDR wasn't impressed, and in June of 1941, America cut off its supply of oil to Japan. Japanese leaders were infuriated. They depended on imported oil to fuel Japan's military muscle. The Japanese then set their sights on the oil-rich Dutch East Indies. Before invading, however, they had to remove the threat of the U.S. Pacific Naval Fleet. Early Sunday morning, December 7th, 1941. In a surprise attack, the Japanese bombed the American naval fleet at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Within hours, Roosevelt declared a state of war with Japan.
I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
4 days later, Germany and Italy joined their Axis ally and declared war on the United States. As America geared up, factories went full bore, and assembly lines started churning out everything from bombs and planes to tanks and uniforms. The choice was simple. You became a soldier or went to work to support what soldiers had to do. And there was plenty of work. The Depression in America was over.